Indy and Candice are at odds here. Dexter taking Indy to dinner. Johnny and Candice don't trust him, so they decide to ruin the din-din. They decide to spy on them like two weird parents. It's the end of NXT as we know it. It's the end of NXT as we know it. It's the end of NXT as we know it. And I feel fine. I feel fine. Johnny and Candice do some bad comedy, and then we see what happens when Indy and Dexter can't kiss because these two decide to ruin it, and then we get a cake right in Loomis's face. But Indy says she always has room for his dessert, and then the camera cuts out because Johnny and Candice couldn't stop this true love, this true love. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE NXT. Well, that was a weird intro, but people apparently like these intros, so I'm going to continue to worm these songs in here and shoehorn them in. And Human Centipede, the song references together. Yes, I'm trying to turn Human Centipede into a thing, but anyway, this episode of NXT was a mess. There were fun parts. There was some damn good wrestling. In fact, it was bookended by two pretty damn good matches, even if I didn't really have a reason to care about one of them. The participants got me interested. However, there was some bad comedy, some bad backstage segments, and I will say right now, I don't know if the whole changes with NXT are actually going to happen. If Vince is upset because NXT couldn't win the Wednesday Night War against Dynamite, or what the fuck's going on, because a lot of that shit's coming from Meltzer, and let's be honest, he knows his historical facts more than he knows a lot of the current goings-on. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this particular episode in the comments. So Dakota's out here rocking out with her pink out. I'm just going to continue to run that joke into the ground. One of many that I will continue to run into the ground 6 feet under or into the Earth's core. Not like the movie The Core. That movie was terrible. So Ember Moon, she wasn't medically cleared. I don't know what's going on. I hope she's going to be all right. But I heard them say Ember's Moon is not medically clear, which means her ass isn't medically cleared. Stop thinking about Ember Moon's ass. I know you're thinking about it. You know who you are. But in all seriousness, I hope she's going to be okay. So it's Saray against Dakota Kai and rocking out with her pink out. And was the match good? Yes. Yes, it was. Did I have a reason to care initially? Not really, because these two just, it was kind of a cold match because it was supposed to be Ember versus Saray. And Saray's been kind of, I don't know, it's been kind of weird. It's almost an Andrade-like, thing where she's having really good matches, but I don't have really a reason to care about Saray. I almost think they're going to have to turn her heel, and I don't know if they can because she has such a nice bubbly personality, but she's kind of just there. She's having good matches, and it just is what it is. But Dakota naturally was going to win here because she's facing Raquel Gonzalez. And just, about 12 days away from NXT TakeOver 36. My God, they're almost up to my age. Soon, they will be up to 41, because I'm going to be 41 well before they get to TakeOver 41, unless they decide to do a TakeOver every month, which at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. So, they went through a break. Dakota was healing it up. Saray has some very nice offense. These two did some really good stuff. There was a kick in the corner. Saray staring up at the spotlight. I had to get another REM reference in there. And then we get a drop kick in the ropes. That one that Saray hit on Gigi Dolan, recently, that looked like it wiped her and everybody in the vicinity out. And then we cut to Raquel arriving. And then we get another kick in the corner like she did when she turned on Raquel Gonzalez, because you never trust a woman that displays her pink on camera that much. Trust me, I know. Always delete your search history. And then Raquel tries to get at her. How Raquel is able to sneak up on anybody, I have no idea. And she says that she is going to tear her apart. You're tearing me apart. Oh, wait, no. Those references come up a little bit later. But she's going to tear her apart. I got to be honest, this is probably the match I'm looking most forward to at TakeOver, because at least I think these women are going to be able to steal the show. Give them 15 minutes. Raquel is a babyface, so I don't know, because Dakota has every reason to want a shot, and she's tired of being passed over. So then we have the Garganos saying that, well, they have to make this Indy and Loomis stuff work, despite the fact that Gargano won last week, and that was supposed to be a love her or lose her match. Not that I want to see Gargano get that many victories in NXT or really anywhere on my television, because I'm sick of Johnny Gargano. As good as Johnny Gargano is, and he is tremendous in the ring, and he is trying, he's flip-flopped from face to heel, face to heel. I'm done with him in NXT. I don't even think he's really going to be able to do that much on the main roster. So I think he's just going to be an NXT lifer, or who knows what happens, with these upcoming releases. Nope. Hopefully no more releases happen until after the holidays. Like, seriously, they may have a swole roster, as it were. I believe the kids call the word swole. Man, I sound so goddamn white now to touch, as opposed to normal. But they have enough talent to make things work, but they got to feature more people. They don't have to cram everybody in there, but they got to start rotating some people in and out and everything. And if there are people like Adam Cole that are going to leave, then in all honesty, that's going to open up the door for nobody to really take a spot, because Adam Cole's pretty damn good. So they're like parents, and my God, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I even hate the stuff with Indy and Loomis. People told me that, they heard that they may be dating. If so, great for them. If not, they're doing a good job selling it on television. So anyway, I don't know why anybody thought this would work. Loomis has good comedic timing because he doesn't say anything, and Indy is endearing, if you will. Man, really forced that pun. And they're trying to make this work, but Johnny and Candice just can't do. This is badly scripted comedy. Why was there a flaming barrel indoors, and why did Hit Row not think that they should do this out, I don't know, in an open area? Because it looked like that barrel was about ready to, just catch the entire trailer on fire, which would have been pretty damn interesting. They also burn a lucha mask. Why is this feud going on, and why am I supposed to care? I like Swerve. And I like, the talents in Legoland Phantasm. I don't give a shit about anybody else in Hit Row. So anyway, Ilya Dragunov shows up, and all I could hear whenever he talked was Tommy Wiseau from the room, and you cannot unhear it now. Same thing when I hear Alex Kozlov on New Japan Strong commentary. So he says he's put, the pain and everything, pain, blues, and agony, straight into his mouth and into his fists. He's put it in his mouth and in his fists. Man, they do some really weird shit from where he's from. So he's all fired up, though, facing Walter, the ring genital. I'm going to run that one into the ground also. Kind of hurts to run genitals into the ground. Trust me, if you pay enough for it, you find out. Again, always delete your search history. So Dunn shows up to say, well, you should thank me for what I did as NXT UK champion, and I'm going to beat you up, basically. And I like Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne may be leaving possibly soon. If he does, well, then he's going to have a lot of options open. Imagine him in New Japan Strong. Give me Pete Dunne versus Tomohiro Ishii. I need it. And hook it into my veins. Anyway, don't do drugs, kids. So they're going to have a match. Cool. Nice fired up promo. Still couldn't help but hear Tommy Wiseau from the room. You're tearing me apart. It's like, I'm fed up with this world. Sorry. And I mean, it's not even the fact that, English is the second language. Actually, his English is pretty good. His English is better than most Americans I talk to. But it's just the accent. So anyway, Knight then says it was Grimes' fault. They lost the match last week. And fucking hell, Mackenzie Mitchell looked great. And talking about millennials, feeling that they're special and stuff like that. LA Knight's great on the mic. He really is. And Grimes is great in the ring. And I don't give a shit about this feud. So anyway, then LA Knight beat Andre Chase, who, wasn't he just in the breakout tournament? He got eliminated in the first round, and now he's losing in a quick match. Oh, thanks for coming, Andre Chase. You're probably going to be given your walking papers soon. I mean, I hope not, but that's a pretty damn big fall from grace. Or fall from Chase, if you will. DiBiase's here to talk some sense into Grimes. And long story short, we're getting a third match at TakeOver, and if Grimes loses, DiBiase has become his butler. Apparently, they couldn't pay Virgil enough fuck money, if you will, or give him enough breadsticks from Olive Garden to get him to come onto the show. In all honesty, nobody really needs to see Virgil in the NWO in 1997. I mean, Vincent, that wasn't a dig at Vince at all. Got paid, a ton of money to take terrible diamond cutters and not really contribute anything useful. They had so many people in WCW. So anyway, yeah, DiBiase is going to be, he's going to be Knight's butler. Grimes is going to win here, or they're just going to extend this feud to the point that I don't care. Wait, they've already done that. Look, they're great. They're great talents in the ring. Grimes is very good. Knight is very good. And I'm glad that DiBiase's out there trying to contribute to wrestling in 2021, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. And that's not even to say I hate NXT. Just a lot of it's blah. So then Gigi Dolan's apparently ripping up a bunch of black roses. This somehow factors into her challenging Io Shirai. I like Priscilla Kelly as a talent. Wish I hadn't heard something in particular that made me question what the fuck might go on somebody's head. But Priscilla Kelly is quite good in the ring. I'm going to keep calling her Priscilla Kelly because that's how I knew her. And she was great at indie shows. She really was. Seriously. Got to meet her. Total sweetheart. Anyway, Rampage had during NXT. I think there were 2 or 3 of these. Man, AEW saying, haha, we're going to fuck with you, USA Network. So, it's then Gigi Dolan with JC Jane. My goodness, she looks fucking good. Against Amari Miller. I don't know who Amari Miller is. And this is not knocking. But she got beat after some action that was fine. It was fine. They do announce on this little ticker that Regal says Ilya and Pete Dunne are going to have a match. Why did they need to do it on a ticker? It was like when Hulk Hogan signed with WCW back in '94 and they announced it on Saturday night because Nitro was still about a year and a half away. So, abdominal stretch bomb for 3. That was interesting. JC Jane, also, yes, more of her, please. So, then Loomis and Indy their date's interrupted by Candice because they have a tracking device thing, and Candice forgets how to have an earpiece in so the volume isn't like, shouting out to the goddamn heavens. And I think people in the space station heard, Candice and Johnny's, talk, and I don't even know how they would have heard that, and I don't know what it is where I'm going on about the space station being able to hear wrestling shows. I've been doing that a lot lately, probably because I'm trying to find anything to get through these shows. So, yeah, Indy gets upset, and then Regal has security, including that Parker Bordeaux guy, easy for me to say. Guy that's actually has a pretty damn good look, and is for the face-to-face with O'Reilly and Cole. It's going to be a loser leaves town, or loser leaves NXT, 3 stages of hell, 2 out of 3 falls, match of a feud that just won't fucking die. This feud, I think I've had 2 birthdays during this feud. Don't get me wrong, they are tremendous wrestlers. This O'Reilly character change is a little bit weird. Cole can deliver scripted material like it's his own. I'm not going to go through every single piece of verbiage here, but they run each other down. Cole saying, you're riding my coattails, if you will. And then the first match is first fall is a straight up wrestling match, to harken back to Great American Bash. Then second fall be a street fight, harken back to, the unsanctioned match. And then the third fall is, first the pull apart, and then Regal says it's a steel cage. Gee, how very no way out 2001 of you. Triple H reviving shit that happened 20 plus years ago. Don't get me wrong, I think that they're going to have some good stuff, but I fear, because that match, if I recall correctly, was like 36 to 40 minutes. And it was good stuff. It went a bit long, but it was intense. I fear that this one's going to go nearly an hour. Like, I honest to God fear that each fall is going to go, close to 20 minutes, or the first 2 falls are going to go close to 20 minutes, and the steel cage is going to go over 20. There's such a thing as doing matches too long. Let's pick it up. Chalmers and Thatcher, they run down Ridge Holland, and they each want Ridge. They each want to take on Holland. They want to get clogged with Holland. And it's going to be, class is in session. Boom, and the chair gets thrown. It's Thatcher versus Ridge, I believe. Thatcher's Ridge. It's like Thatcher's Britain. So anyway, MSK interrupt Imperium because Imperium interrupted MSK last week. Cool. Did they pay off the production staff like Imperium did? Did Imperium pay them in euros? Or their grandparents in Austria during... Anyway, so Odyssey Jones took on Trey Baxter in a semifinal match. David versus Goliath. Speed versus power and size. Trey hit some nice moves and got overpowered by Odyssey Jones, who hit a variation of a side slam. 1, 2, 3. Jones is fired up afterwards. They have something with Odyssey Jones. Trey Baxter is also quite good. And he's dating Cora Jade. So happy for those 2 crazy kids in this crazy world. Young love, so sweet. You will learn to be cynical like me. You'll all learn. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm on about anymore. So the Grudge Ghost is still here. Why? Who the fuck knows? They also can't decide if her name's Tian Shaw, Tiara Masu, or Mimi Shin? Mimi Shan? What the hell did they call her originally? Because Vic Joseph called her something. I don't actually know. They have like 50 names for her, and they're all shit because this gimmick is shit. Anyway, then Mackenzie, basically has an update from William Regal. And Bivens, fawns over the security guys, handing them his card. And apparently he negotiated Roderick Strong versus Kushida for the Cruiserweight Championship next week. Diamond Mines Roderick Strong, because there's 2 members left. And Malcolm Bivens. And you have... So, are they going to put somebody else in there? Because they've released Tyler Rust. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, maybe they could decide not to have so many fucking factions in the company. And this goes for, which company am I talking about? Well, you probably can guess it. It's 3 of them. It's New Japan, it's WWE, and it's AEW. least New Japan, it sort of makes sense because it's been established. So anyway, MSK versus Imperium for the tag titles next week. Title Tuesday. So then the Grudge Ghost is still here. Boa, apparently Xia Li got called up. Good for her. Boa's here. So he took on Drake Maverick in a match that certainly fucking existed. It is not these guys aren't talented. I have no reason to care about this match. And then the smoke to the face. Apparently she wanted the smoke, took the smoke from the Street Profits, held it in her lungs, and then whoosh. And did the whoo. And blew it out. It's the oof size, the load size. This is a really weird goddamn review, as opposed to the normal level-headed ones I do. And, well, Boa won. Life goes on dull as before. And Gargano tries to be the waiter and accidentally pie faces Loomis, and he's all upset. But Indy says she always has room for dessert. She wants to be stuffed by Loomis's dessert. Lillian, do you want to try some of the Rock's strudel? They might as well have said that. And she licks the frosting off of him. And then somebody covers the camera. By the way, I didn't make this sound as gross as it actually, was, because they pretty much did all that stuff. It's like Cinemax After Dark. NXT Max. That didn't work. So, we get a prime target with Joe and Cross. Cross, of course, naturally had a lot of cues, for he is querying Cross. And it was, look, it was great video package. They built this shit right. I really feel, that they're going to try to deliver here, but I don't know how good it's going to be. And a face-to-face next week. And Dunn took on Dragunov. And a very good... This could have been a takeover match. This is really good. Really good. Hard-hitting. Dragunov is quite good. Weird. Very weird. I remember first seeing Dragunov and was prepared to not like him at all. And you can't help but like the guy because he's really intense and really good. And Pete Dunne saw him in an indie show. Hard to believe. 3 years ago. And he's goddamn good. But... very good stuff, bridge pin. Walter shows up. The ring genital is here. That's enough for Dragunov to get hit by the bitter end. 1, 2, 3. And then Walter tries to get him, and then he hits the European uppercut, flying European. I actually don't know what the fuck they call it, but Dragunov stands tall. So, okay, cool. I look forward to seeing that match. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.